No clue why this is dark. Give me a second. Stupid, something to do with the stupid settings again. Just, just give me a sec here. Uh, Sources. Why? Camera controls. Gain. Oh, there. Hmm. Okay. Well, there we go. So stupid. Anyways, give me a second. Sorry I'm late. I'm late because I had everything going and then for some reason I forgot, I guess, to I thought I had set it, but maybe I didn't. I forgot to set the title and description, and then when I started it, I realized I'd done it, and then I tried to end the stream, and then I tried to restart the stream and said I already had a stream in progress because it had somehow I hadn't ended it, and then I here let's hold on a second. Temperature. Oh, I see. Because I didn't do the gain. Okay, let's back the gain back down just a little bit. Uh, okay, and everything is exposure time. Bring that up a little bit, I guess. Maybe I should bring that down, but like have the gain up a little bit. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I had like several different copies, and then I tried to start it, and then I changed it, the title and description, started it up again, and still wasn't using it for some reason. I had to set and restream, so I had to go back and then I had to stop it, make sure everything's ended. I had to close OBS because the chat little chat window in here um, wasn't loading for some weird reason, and so now everything's working now, and now I'm like 20 minutes late. So whatever. Well, I'll get to some actual work today though, so I won't be yapping too much. And it looks like my screen is okay, so I'm gonna move that back over, and then I'm gonna switch back to desktop. Okay, desktop. Good, good, good. All right, here we are. Here we go. Okay, so today, what we're doing, what I'm doing, what we're doing is, hold on a second. I'm making sure everything is. Oh, um, maybe. Okay, so what I did was I did the 30-minute deal where I said, in 30 minutes it's going to start, right? In Discord and X and all that. And then I was supposed to come back afterwards and right at 11:30 or 11:25 start it like normal. And then at around that time put in all the things that I'm live now. But right now it looks like there are 5 people watching, and that's mostly what I get here. So I don't know. Should I go ahead and add the I'm live now thing, or do you think that matters? I don't know if it matters or not. Uh, you can answer, or you don't have to answer. That's all right. Um, I could put here live now. No, okay, and just post redot and here post in here. Uh, Stream is now live. Um, you can find the link in my previous post or in my profile. Okay. Maybe what I should do is next time post the link. Don't post the link in the pre advertisement, but then post the link afterwards. Live now. Post. Okay. Alrighty. So, and then, okay, where's the, okay, Discord. Here. There we go. I have to do this slowly in Discord, or else it thinks that I'm spamming, and it makes a noise. And true, it's super fast, but you kind of want it fast, kind of on purpose. Streaming, but redot discussion. Actually, it's dev stream. Go to part 1 is live now, and find the link in self promo. We'll just do it like that. Okay, and then I can control V. Okay, and I can just leave that there for later. Anyway, oh, I didn't have the link to that though. Um, I'll get to it when I get to it. Let's do that. Okay, I'll get to it when I get to it. All right. Now, I guess I'm gonna do this. All right. Not that that matters very much, but I just decided I'd go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's get back to the thing. Okay, so that I'm actually, I'll do a lot of yapping anyways, but I won't. I won't stop. I'll be working. I'm working here right now, starting now, starting in just a second. After I have this drink of water. Okay, we're gonna start right now. Right now. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up. I wonder if I should split this up into two windows. I wish there's a way of tiling windows here in Linux Mint Cinnamon. There might be a way to do it, but I'd like to be able to do it automatically. Of course, it'd have to be on the screen. I have another screen, and it's like it's like a desktop extension or whatever, right? It's not a clone, so I could just put these other windows over there on the right on the other monitor. So okay, so let's go ahead and I'll shrink it down pretty good here. I don't want it to be that shrunk down, but what we're going to do here is I'm going to shrink this down. Here, we'll do this good, the full length here. We'll make sure that the names are out here like this. Then this, I'm going to go ahead and go down and over. So, and then here we're going to reposition this. Let's see how far back I can go and still be able to read it. Now, someone new that came to watch new couldn't read the writing. Now, you don't need to read this writing or this on the side, which is just the scenes in the layout tool and the JSON files. But I need to figure out how to resize the text when I go to scripting. I guess I'll do that later on. It won't be. It'll be full screen here, but I'll see if I can increase the font size. I guess increasing the font size would probably be the best. He said he wasn't a coder, but also presuming it was a he, which I don't want to. Whatever. Said that he wasn't a coder, but he couldn't read the script, so I'll have to fix that later. But anyways, let's go here. Off to dinner. Oh, now we had 6 in here, and they popped in, and apparently it wasn't exciting enough for them, so now I'm back to 4. So I guess that's okay. Whatever. I haven't even really got started yet. Okay, so the plan here today, I should start doing a deal where I do to-do lists and I actually do the to-do list visually. I don't know if I should do that right now because I should just get started in with the game here. Okay, basically what I'm going to do today is I'm going to here. Let's go to okay. So this is rooms backup 1, right? There's 94 items here. 94. Um, 94 items. Why is there a 94 item? Um, how do I deselect? To figure out how to deselect something here. How come? File manager, Linux, Mint, 22. How do I deselect items in the file browser window? I guess file window, whatever. Pressing delete key moves files, which I don't want to move. I don't want to delete anything. I don't want to delete anything. Oh, no. Oh, because I put delect instead of deselect. And it's always auto completing. Specific keyboard shortcuts. Primary method is Control Shift A, which deselects all selected items. Control Shift A. Okay, that'll probably be fine. Control Shift A. Okay. It's kind of weird that it has 94 items because I had 93. It should be 93 of them, not 94. If I go to if I go to rooms backup 2, there's still 94 items. Oh, I can actually see that in here. Maybe it's 94 because I split up the quote unquote intro. Okay, rooms backup 1. This is how it's supposed to look. So, and because I have rooms backup in my main folder, which one is this? This is rooms here. I'm actually going to be using the editor to delete rooms, but so I have rooms backup with the exact same room configuration, and I'm going to be removing some of these rooms. I think I'm not even sure if it's going to work properly because lately I haven't had the deleting like working properly, and I didn't want to fool around with it because I'm working on the tool. Why am I doing the tool? Somebody's saying, why are you taking so much time to do the tool? It's because the tool is what makes all of this easier and quicker to do. In fact, once I get the initial version of the tool done, then it will be easier to add updates as the room file changes. Because it's gonna change eventually. It's gonna have multiple deals. I'm gonna have a project file that stores all the metadata that's not related to the game itself, and so the layout tool is kind of important. But I'm doing concurrently because I still want to work on the game while the tool's not usable yet. Um, okay, so what am I doing here? I need this, and I need actually, where is this? Pardon me. This. Okay. It's whenever I open up whenever I open up rooms, I have it open up into the text editor so I can just kind of see the raw JSON data where it points to, and if I need to edit anything directly in here, I can do it. But in the meantime, I'm going to let's see. Okay, I guess I can go back in here, but I'm not using that. We're using the original rooms, which is this, and so Hebert Home, and then Cerulia is the first one. So that means I have to remove everything between Hebert Home and Cerulia. I don't know, maybe I should full screen this after all. Here, let's just put this back. Okay. And even though you can barely read it, you probably can't read it on the screen, but even though I can still see what I'm looking at here, and then I can open the individual deals. So so really, there are a few rooms and things that I've changed the the file name around kind of on purpose because I wanted them to be in sort of like chronological order. When I did these extra deals here, I'm gonna have to completely like do renames and everything, but I wasn't gonna worry about that now because um, work on the renames afterwards, I guess. Because a lot of these the scene changes, like I have multiple random villages, but some of them aren't. They're not. Those aren't like the same location. I just put it, and I just did it just to do it in general because I wasn't too careful. But since I am kind of building like locations, whenever there's a scene change or like a location change, and that's the other thing that I haven't thought about, and that is I guess I don't have to worry about that until I get to the graphic part of it. When I get to the graphic part of it, I can decide whether or not I want to combine screens and locations, I guess. I guess that's the best way to do that. So you have some sort of scrolling areas where that could make sense, I guess. I think. Like you go to the night school grounds, in a purely 2D adventure game, you have sometimes you have a scrolling screen, right? You have a thing that's wider than your screen, and you move in it, and then other times it's just a scene change, picture change. There might be less of it, especially if I end up adding 3D to the environments. There, like the whole school might be a single 3D environment, whereas you're not traveling. Anyways, I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, so So we're checking out. Okay, so we're checking out Hubert Home. Right. Walks around. If you wish to go to Cerulia, okay, and then Cerulia, which basically was a location change. Sees it. Grabs the mini walkie. Okay, so this is where we do the construction reconstruction thing because let's read the current Hubert Home here and see how it kind of differs from this one. Okay, so we can put these here. I'll put these kind of side by side. Um, Here, let's just do it like this, and I'll just go ahead and do this so it fits all in it. Here he goes to his home, goes directly to the study where he sees many books, scrolls, and loose papers. There's also a large crystal ball and its own cradle in the center of the room. It was examined. Okay, so this has to do with examining the books, scrolls, and papers, right? So okay, so he's already going to the study here, and there's a crystal ball. So it's the same room, right? Examine spell books, loose papers to see, figure out the best course of action. Hubert goes to the large crystal ball, which allows him to see into different realms. And I don't even have the parent on the current room. It doesn't have a parent, like the parent room in it because I didn't need that. Allows him to see different realms. Search for someone to help. Spots John, pulls up info, sees him enter convenience store. Maybe there's a different way to do this because maybe what I need to do is I need to essentially copy this. I can't copy the whole thing because okay, let's pull up a let's pull up Hubert Home in let's pull up the actual room file. Okay, so this is Hubert Home as it exists in the game as you're reading it there. Um, um, so what do we have? We have ID, um, ID label and description, ID label and description and parent, and then doors. In fact, this has multiple doors. That only has one door. So in essence, I could probably copy. Yeah, I guess I could copy this over. Um, I'm just figuring out how to do it. But so maybe what I should do is I won't do a reconstruct. I'll do it straight up copy, but make sure everything still connects because like I said, I reordered a few things in a few places, and I'll just have to make sure that they correspond first before I do that. Yeah, let's see. Well, I could just do it purely in the text instead of in the. Uh, it might be easier to do it in text in the text thing. Maybe a separate windows too, so I can have see if they correspond or whatever. The JSON actually dictates what rooms are in there, so it's not going to. I don't need to save anything or do anything. I can just edit these directly. I think that's what I might do. Yeah, I think. Okay, so it's gonna look even more boring. I'm not gonna be actually using the Redot editor to do this. Since I have my backups already in backup, um, I can go ahead and now modify the rooms. Yeah, I think I can do that. Or maybe I'll leave this open, but maybe I'll still do that and still do it with the text editor, but I'll leave this open so I can look here. Um, and then which one is this one is Hubert Home 7, Pitch John. Uh oh yeah, that's the Okay, that's the other thing too. Is I'm gonna be kind of losing a lot of this information. Let's see, what's this one? What's this one? Here at home 8. Okay, so we have like a whole lot of stuff here, and this is actually Cerulean 5, but we don't need Cerulean 5. We need Cerulean. Wait a second, what's going on here? Here at home. This is gonna be tougher than I thought. Let me go into here. Okay, and here. Um, all right. I have to kind of consider how I want to do this. The reason I originally said reconstruct is because these don't go to the same place. In other words, Hubert Home 1 goes to Cerulean, the first Cerulean page, which would be this one. Okay, but this is Cerulean 4, Hubert Home 14. So, and this is Cerulean 4 because these are two different methods to get John the tickets. Let's see. While working in the library, he's putting books back on the shelves when he notices the book has fallen on the floor behind them. Picks it up, noting the hole in the left of the bookcase, and proceeds to put it back, which it seems to jump out again. Does this a few more times before reading the cover, which says Unicorn Sign Language for Beginners. Okay, so this is John working at the library, and this is Hubert trying to get the thing to him, and then this is uh, as he utters the magic words, and then the portal appears. So this is actually Cerulean. This is actually the first Cerulean one in the list. So, question: which way do I do it? Do I um do I just copy over the old room info over uh it and have it go to the correct place? In other words, do I just copy the room descriptors over? Um, let's see. Let me think. Okay, so maybe what I should do to speed this up is instead of trying to reconstruct anything or do anything, um, I'll probably get the AI to help me, Grok or ChatGPT, doesn't really matter which, to help me write a Python script that will literally take the room file and then will conform it to the new file format. That way, I have the files as they were when I started. I still have these as backup so that there won't be a problem there. And literally, then I can just copy all those files over. Um, Maybe that's how I should do it. Shoot, I could take it and I could just delete all these rooms. And here, let's check something out here. The last one here, the last actual file here, room. is called 42 Castle Throne Room. 42 Castle Throne Room. Um, I have to actually do the same thing with the meta files though, so that they retain their positions. So I can delete all the rooms here in the main directory, copy over the my newly recreated rooms over, but then I'd have to go and make sure that I could copy the meta files over so I could keep the structure. In other words, um, I could do it. I guess I could do it like that. Could I do it like that? I could do it like that. I'm sort of starting over from scratch, kind of. Um, Let me think for a second. What? Okay, so what if I do the deletion thing first? So I'll go into the current rooms. Uh, I'll look at I'll compare the room deals and I'll make sure to delete all the ones with the names that correspond to the names in the original ones. Um, and I'll delete those and I'll delete the and I'll do that with the meta files as well. In fact, I should do a backup of the meta files too, I think, just so that just so I don't have to relay out everything, because I'd have to lay out everything in a line if I did that. Okay, so let's do the first thing. We're gonna close this for a little while. Here, I'm gonna put this back in the full screen here for a sec. We got rooms. We got rooms backup 1, which are the original files, and then of course this is the current files, which I'm just gonna probably go. Okay, right. I'm probably just going to delete. All right, let's go to the meta files first. I don't strictly need to back them up, but I need to back them up if I want to keep the layout structure the way that it is now, or similar to the way it is now. In fact, it'll be kind of broken and kind of messed up a little bit, and I'll have to reconnect a few rooms and stuff, but I can fix that, I think. So, all right. So let's go. Let's open this in a new tab, and we're gonna go to Layout Tool Data. Actually, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to copy layout tool data directly like I did the other one. So copy, paste, rename, layout tool data, backup, like so. And now I can go ahead and remove rooms from there too. Okay. Let's move that around. We won't worry about the meta rooms just yet. And then we'll correspond. And then what I guess what I need to do now is I need to just go ahead and I have to make sure I'm in the right place to delete it. So 003 Cerulia, 002 Hubert Home. Oops. So there's Hubert Home. So that now all of these ones in here I need to delete. So we're deleting this from rooms now. I'm starting the process. Okay. And the next one is 004 Caves of Dragon Mount. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. All right. all I need is I need the file names the same. I mean, I could rename some file names or whatever, but I need the file names the same when I do this. So that's kind of a big deal. As far as the copying over the files, I can copy them over directly after I've done this properly. Okay, so we need all the originals. You know, laps 1, 2, and 3. We need all of those, but we only need the names of them. Okay, so why do I keep doing that? The tabs, the tabs. Think about the tabs. Okay, so we've already removed Hubert Home to Cerulia. Okay. Now let's go over to the layout tool data. We're going to do the same thing here. So, oh, what's this new location, huh? And delete those because those don't exist. I don't have any new location ones right there. Okay, now let's get back to the thing. Enchanted Lands 1, Hubert Home. So all the Hubert Homes, delete. Okay. Cerulia and Cerulia 1 is was in the original, right? Cerulia 1, right? Cerulia 1. Anything after Cerulia 1 unto the Caves of Dragon Mount should be deleted. Okay? I'm making sure that I gotta be real careful here. So Cerulia 1, so Cerulia 2, any of the Cerulia ones after 1. So that is this, and that is these. Okay. Of course, some of the door links are going to be broken, and that'll be fixed when I do the copy over. So when I actually do the copy over, that'll work. But before I do the copy over, of course, I have to write a little script, little Python script that will take the room files, and then we'll remove the parent item from the JSON so that it conforms directly with the current. Okay, so now Caves of Dragon Mount. We need to go through the Caves of Dragon Mount here, and since these are all in order like this, there's only one Caves of Dragon Mount till we hit Sky. So 004 to 005 Sky. Okay, let's say 004 to 005, basically. Okay. 004 all the way to 005, delete it. Then we do the same thing here. 004 to that. Now, it doesn't matter if none of these rooms are the same thing. So the skies, we have Sky to Sky 3. So Sky 3 is the last one. Any more skies after that can be deleted. So anything after Sky 3 till we hit Chester Cave, right? Sky 3. Okay. So that means this one's. Okay. And that means over here, same thing. These ones, delete. So since I have both of those in backups now, I still have the original data. I'm not gonna let that work go to waste, honestly. So so yeah, let's see what's going on here. Okay, Chester Cave was pretty much unmolested. Chester Cave, right? Chester Cave. 7 train cabin, right? So 7 train cabin is just a one-off too, also. So so these two can be deleted, and these two can be deleted. Okay. Now we have the lapsewood ones. I'm really going to have to figure out to rename all of the things after their unique locations, I think. The idea is if it was the exact same location, uh, it should have a suffix to it. And I still might do that, but what I might do is I might go through and make sure that every single different location, different change of scene, uh, is a new file, or yeah, new file, new room, new page, whatever. And only make the ones that are exact same location. For instance, Scarborough Fried Chicken is the same each time. That it's the same location that you go in. But because you go at different times and it's a choose your own adventure, where you're not going back to the same room. I have to do multiple pages of that. So in that case, there would be like fewer multiple pages and more unique names, and that would make things a little less confusing too. So I don't know if I might do that after I get all of these like reconstructed and fixed, right? I don't know how much I'm gonna get done today. Hopefully, I'll get all of those out, and I'll be able to make the. I'm just gonna get like Grok to write me a Python script that will take the files, the file names, and remove the. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show the example of the old file name, the old JSON format, and then the new JSON format, and say the main thing that's different is the parent field, the parent object or item or whatever you want to call that in the JSON. I want to remove all the parent deals out of it, um, but leave the rest intact as it is. And actually, I could almost get Grok to do it or ChatGPT to actually just do it for me and just remove them. Um, well, I mean, I could if they're all in one file, but since they're all in separate files, I'll still have it get me write me a Python script to do that. Anyways, okay, so what do we got here? What do we got here? Okay, so we moved back up one. We got Sky 1, 2, and 3, Chester Freight. Okay, Train Cabot. So we got Lapswood. So we have four Lapswoods, Lapswood original, and then up to Lapswood 3. So anything after Lapswood 3 to random villages needs to go. So all the way down to random villages. Again, mostly I just need the file names correct here, and then when I copy them back over, then when you see them in the editor, they should still be kind of laid out, not all in one place. Like if I completely started from a blank, it'll just keep it'll keep the thing there. So okay, so uh, Lapswood 3. So anything after, all the way to random villages, delete. Okay. Okay, random villages. Now we have up to random villages 5. So anything after random villages 5, anything up to random villages 5, or after random villages 5, up to Lapswood Edge. Okay, so random villages 5. Okay. Delete. And same thing here. And delete those. And then what do we have? We have Lapswood Edge 1 and 2. So anything after Lapswood Edge 2 to Dwarf Mines. Lapswood Edge 2. Okay, so there's no ones in between that. Okay, so the Dwarf Mines. We're almost done with this little part here. Dwarf Mines 1 and 2. So let's go to Dwarf Mines 1, 2, and then okay, so we can delete 3. And same thing here. We can delete work mines 3. Okay. Now the next one, collapse with edge 1 and 2, dwarf mines 1 and 2, night school entrance. So anything past night school entrance, right? Till we hit night school. Delete those. Night school entrance. Delete all of those. All that's in the metadata is the X and Y positions of the panels in the editor. So that's why I need to keep the file names and these intact. We don't need to copy over the metadata, but we'll copy over the actual original rooms over once I remove the parent deal. I might even have some of those files, original files, already done, because I remember when I removed the parents. So it's very possible that I don't even need to. All I need to do is copy them in. So we'll see. We'll see if I don't even need to do that. So let's let's see. Okay, so I'm getting stuff done. So even if it's boring, sorry, it's totally boring. Like I said, I'm gonna start having some visual stuff up. I have to make it. I have to find the time to make it. Sometimes I'm just busy. Sometimes I don't have enough time at night. I have to go to bed. There's just various things. So when I can start making something visual to put on the screen while I'm doing this boring stuff. So so please give me some time, and then I will then have something a little bit more interesting to watch. It won't be like much more interesting, but it'll be more interesting than watching me do this kind of stuff. This is just going to be today, though, so this part isn't going to be take that long, anyways. Okay, so where were we? Night school, right? So night school entrance. Let's see, night school entrance. Okay, so night school. There's night school and there's night school 1, and that anything after that is gone. Okay. Night school. Okay, anything after that, right? Night school, night school. Okay. And we'll do that in the meta files. Delete those. And that's a lot of work, but take heart. I'm not getting rid of any of the work I've done. I'm going to integrate it when I get to the certain point to integrate it. So I'm actually going to be using. I'll probably be just using them word for word. Whatever for whatever. Like I'll be using them directly. Like I'll just be copying them over when I actually get to a point of where I'm doing the in betweens for those. Um, of course, separating the directional choices from the regular choices is going to pose a little bit of an effort, because I'm going to take everything exactly as it is, but then I'm going to separate them out, so I'm going to make them slightly different. But I'm gonna add more stuff back into them. Anyways, okay, so in rooms backup, right? Night School 1, Wizard U Hall, and Wizard U Hall 1. Okay, so Wizard U Hall. Okay, so this is the first time I got things. Wizard U Hall 4. That was just a straight up rename, wasn't it? Wizard U Hall, Wizard U Hall 4. Okay, and I don't have any more. Those are you trophy room. Those are you. Okay, so one of them I named. I'm not sure why it got named to 4. Maybe I was doing one above however many I would need, thought I needed at some point. I wasn't working on that just now, right? I wasn't working on that. Right. Okay. Wizard U-Haul. Huh. Okay. Anyways, Wizard U-Haul. Really, we just need to change the name of this. So, rename this to 1. It doesn't matter if it's not there because I'm actually going to copy files back over. So this is one. Whoops, this is 1. That's back to normal. Okay, so now I think it's night school pool. Oop. See, let's go to the pool. Night school pool to Princess Prep. Okay. Okay, night school pool here. Delete these. And delete these. Okay. Then for Princess Prep, it's only a single Princess Prep. So here should be only a single Princess Prep. Here is only a single Princess Prep. Okay. We actually get into Princess Prep, so I don't know about these generic, like I said, these generic names. I have to rename them so they're more specific. Okay, so now what do we have? We have Nestor Cave and Nestor Cave 1. Nestor Cave 1. It's fine. Nestor Cave 1. Okay. Okay, so now we're at Wizard U entrance. Wizard U entrance. And Wizard U entrance. And there's only 1 of those. Okay, no problem. Wizard U library. Wizard U library. Wizard U library. Okay, what's next? Fairy God College. Anything after Fairy God College? No. There's 7 Fairy God College pages. So Fairy God College, um, yeah, there'd be some kind of interesting things because I have some things in here that I didn't write originally that I kind of rewrote, I think. So I'm not sure how that's going to stack up to the work that I've already did. I have to make sure I pay careful attention so that everything works like it's supposed to. But we are sort of starting over, so to speak. So anything after Fairy God College 6 should go. So Fairy God College 6. Fairy God College 6. Okay, Gnome Kingdom. Gnome Kingdom. Gnome Kingdom. So it's Gnome Kingdom and Gnome Kingdom 1. Right. Gnome Kingdom 1, which there is, and Gnome Kingdom 1, which there is. So Scarborough Fair. Okay. Scarborough Fair. And Scarborough Fair. Now, there is 1 and 2, so Skyborough Fair 1 and 2, which there is. Oh, I wonder if we're past it now. What was I about to do? I was about to do some of the Zanzibar stuff. Hmm, very interesting. So maybe yeah, let's do it in here. Control Shift A. I still have 175 items though. Should be down to like 94 items. Okay, fine. Scarborough Fair Chicken 1 and 2. Scarborough Fair Chicken 1 and 2. Scarborough Fair Chicken 1 and 2. Okay, so now we're at the Grand Enchanted Lannian Wine Cellar. Grand Enchanted. Here, let's. Wine Cellar and Wine Cellar 1. Wine Cellar and Wine Cellar. Okay, Wine Cellar, Wine Cellar 1. Wine Cellar, Wine Cellar 1. Grand Enchanted Lannian. Grand Enchanted Lannian. Grand Enchanted Lannian. Okay. I don't know. It seems pretty straightforward. I don't know how I have more items though in this than I do. We'll see, I guess. Maybe there's some that I changed or that were changed or whatever. Rooms backup 1. Hmm. Okay. Um, I almost should have created separate a separate project. I didn't think about that. Because if I had the separate project, um, I could actually refer to it back as it was. I might do that. I might still do that. I mean, I could still do it and still run it in Redot. So after fixing all this, um, I restore the rooms and the layout room data backups, and then I'll run the project, and it should it should work as this does, as this will. So that way I can have access to my project as it was, so I can refer back to it when I start redoing it. I should have done that, but that's okay. We'll get that working in here in just a second here. Oh, yes. What am I saying? Yeah. So up until here, it's actually got. That's right. I added more extra things here. So from here on out should actually be the same, I think. So let's see if I can just go through them. Enchanted Landian 1, 2, Werewolf Village through 4. Okay. Enchanted Landian 1 to 2, Werewolf Village through 4, Werewolf Village Hut, Max Mines through. All right. max mines through max mines 3, max mines through max mines 3, max mines through max mines 3, Grand Channing Landing, side door, kitchen 1, hotel room, side door, kitchen 1, hotel room, side door, kitchen 1, hotel room. Okay. Then 30. 30 is the Bats and Belfry. Through Bats and the Belfry 5. Through 5. Through 5. Okay. Lapswood Road 31. 31 Lapswood Road. 31 Lapswood Road. Castle North Terrace. Through Castle North Terrace 3. Castle North Terrace through. And then Castle West Terrace. Castle North to Castle North Terrace 3. To Castle West Terrace. Max Mines Office. Yeah. Castle East Gate. Castle East Gate. Castle East Gate, East Depot. East Depot, Werewolf Village Road. Village Road. Bats in the Belfry Lobby. Bats Lobby. Right. Where's Bats Lobby? It's in there somewhere. Princess Prep and Princess Prep Door. Princess Prep Door 1. Princess Prep Door, okay, and the same thing here. Oh, Princess Prep Door and no Princess Prep Door 1. Okay. At least that's one we caught. Delete that one. Here. Princess Prep Door 1. Delete that one. And then, shoot, it's almost 1 o'clock. And I'll be breaking here in about 10 minutes. But it looks like I almost got them all. 40 Fairy God College Library metadata. God College Library, God College Incinerator. Library Incinerator. Library Incinerator. Then we got Throne Room 1. Throne Room 1. Throne Room 1. Catwalk and Battlefield. Right? Throne Room 1, Catwalk, Battlefield. Battlefield's the last one. And Battlefield's the last one. So the rest of these are gone. And we're going to do the same thing here. And wait a second. Okay. Okay, Battlefield is the last one. And then this, and delete this. I'll leave the README in there. I don't know if I need that. Of course, the project file. Okay, so what it should be now is, now it's corresponds here. This has Control Shift All 96 and Control Shift All 94. That corresponds to the 94 there. Now, the thing that I needed to do so I could refer to it easy enough is I need to copy, put this in older projects. we'll make this BK2. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy it, and then under older projects, I'm gonna go ahead and paste, and we're gonna rename. This is the way I always rename stuff too. BK2. So BK2 is the last one, but BK2 now I gotta so let's select all. Wait, files 271 items. Okay, yep. Okay. I don't know why it can't do it with the right click menu. Control A, I think. Copy. And wait a minute, where am I? Okay. BK2. Paste. Place all files, replace all. Okay. Now we're gonna go into here and we're gonna do the same thing in rooms backup. Select all. Control A. Copy. Go back in here to rooms. We're gonna hit paste. And we're gonna apply this and we're gonna replace it. Now, what should happen here is I wonder if there's a way I can open. All right, let's favorites, open a new tab. 12:54. It's almost time. Let's go to favorites. Let's run it. Let's import. And I only want to import the one folder, so we're going to go to stuff, redot projects, folder projects, BK2. I'm going to select this folder, import and edit. Gonna make sure everything is is like it's supposed to be. It looks like everything is there, right? This is I was working on the flying train stuff here. And everything is as it should be. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close that. Okay, and that's fine if it's still in there. We'll just leave it in there. Let's go ahead and go to I probably don't need to leave that open. We'll leave that open though. We'll just do this, and then this one, we'll just go ahead and go to rooms backup. Now, that's not what I want. Maybe it's not in here. Redot. Dev stuff. Let's go into dev stuff. Let's go into, I guess, here, the Python projects. Split rooms. Rename rooms. New split. Okay, let's check something out here. Rename rooms. new split, and then hello world, which doesn't have anything in it. So let's go ahead and let's pull up Hubert. First, let's pull this up here. Hubert home. Okay, that's the old one. This is the one from, this is the regular one, the current one. And let's see what this one was. This one also has parent in it. Interestingly enough. Okay, so I don't have any of them that, and I did remove the parents, but maybe I did it. I might have did that in Redot itself. I had a deal where when I wrote it out, I removed the parent part of it and had it rewrite them out. Okay. New split. These are all the new split names, split rooms. Let's rooms.text. I don't know what's gonna open. Oh, it's opening in a text file. Okay, let's bring this out here. Import split rooms to files. Okay, this literally splits the rooms into files, and that's not what I need. I need to actually take the JSON files and okay. All right, looks like my time is up for today. And so, what's great. Oh. Sorry there, E guy. I don't know how to pronounce your name, dude. I'm making sure game starting not as a simple one adventure. Right. I was just well, okay. I'll just go ahead and say it. It's about okay, so it's about time for me to wrap up part one here because I was working on this part. I work on the game. I work on the story part, the game part, and then part two, which is an hour from now, I will be working on a layout tool to help me create the game. But basically, it's an adventure game. That is eventually it's going to be a fully interactive point and click adventure game. But right now it's starting as a choose your own adventure. So it's just text right now. It's just choices. It's not even really a real game exactly. But I split this up into phases or iterations, if you prefer, um, so that so that it makes it easy for me to do the full game because I have a hard time wrapping my head around big project and stuff. So I have it split down into iterations where I have a complete working version or complete working game by the end of the phase. And this is a choose your own adventure. And I've been working really slowly, adding decision points. So I have the story beats. They're on pages. You can call them rooms because it's a room class. Because eventually it's going to be like a proper room, like an adventure game, text adventure or graphic adventure. And um, so I was spending a long time just filling out all the different in betweens, all the different decision points in between story beats, in between pages. That goes from one thing to the next. You know, um, and it was just taking forever. And I realized I should probably start over because originally I intended only to take a few months. I should have been completely done with this phase by now, and so I needed to. I kind of need to start over. I'm not going to throw away the old work that I did. I'm going to use that as the basis of the new work. But all I was doing today was I was paring down all the rooms to basically back to the original. Really, all I was doing was deleting certain files so that all the file names would correspond to what they originally corresponded to, and then I'm gonna have I'm gonna write it or have Grok or some AI write me a Python script to actually remove a certain item in the file names in the JSON files. The rooms are stored as JSON files, and so here let's why did I have this open in two places? Oh, anyways, so these are here. Let's bring this over here. These are the rooms kind of as they exist. A door is just a link to another room, and the old ones had this parent object in there, and I have to remove them. So basically, all I was doing was like kind of taking everything back to the beginning, back to the start, so I can start fresh. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be combining story beats, so I have less pages, less, and it'll take less time to make the game. And it's just, the adventure game is just, assuming you're still in here, the adventure game is basically about a magic kingdom that that's turned into a tourist resort, but has recently fallen in hard times. Because the king starts acting strange, he sells enchanted lands to this guy named Maximilian's. There's a rumor that an evil sorcerer that was banished years before has somehow snuck back into the realm, and um, our the king's chief advisor and best friend, the wizard Hubert or Harold, depending on how I go. It's a long story, but I'll leave that out for now. So Hubert has to decides he needs to seek outside help because there isn't very many people he trusts um, inside Enchanted Lands. So he has to go out and find somebody externally, which is from our realm. He brings them in to help him figure out what's going on. All the schools are closed. So basically, if you're super ridiculously wealthy, uh, you go on this vacation to this magic kingdom, and you can either just stay at the resort like you would stay at a hotel like you would any resort, or um, you can live out your fantasy of being a knight or a princess or a fairy godmother or a wizard. Um, and the schools or the areas they're closed down. Most of the restaurants are closed down. The taverns, the inns, whatever, the hotels and stuff. A lot of them are closed down, and so you have to figure out get down to what's going on, and so that's the basic premise of the game. So, and then, like I said, I split it up into phases or iterations. I could have called it iterations, but phases sounds less techy or less programmery or whatever. And so that's pretty much what the game is and what I'm doing. And what I did today was I just reduced everything back to the original. There's 93 rooms or 93 pages, you might say, and I was just getting back to that so I can kind of start new, and then I can compress the story beats into like a single page. So then I only have at most, let's say 10 or 20, 10, 15, 20 pages total instead of 94, and then I'll do the decision points in between them, and then I'll have a completed thing in a few months. It'll take way less time. So that's where I am. That's what we did today. Got stuff done today at least. It might have been boring, but at least it was something. And I will see you in about an hour. Um, where I'm working on a layout tool that helps me design the rooms instead of using the editor. I'm programming this I'm creating this in Redot, which is a fork of Godot 4.3, and it's a completely functionally equivalent to Godot 4.3. And so yeah, that's about it. And I guess I'll see y'all in an hour. Thanks for watching. Um, let's see. You're still here. I hope answered your question. Um, I'll see everyone in about an hour, where we'll get panel dragging working. Thanks for watching. Okay, do that. Okay, so as always, thank you for watching part 1, and I will see you in an hour.